DICE have just dropped a large social media post about update 1.2 or patch 1.2 dropping tomorrow, August 2nd. This is a very, very surprising patch given its contents, as a lot of these things that are coming in this update were not expected until at least later in the game's life cycle, at bare minimum Season 2. This update brings 5 large changes and updates to the game that have been needed for quite a while. Some of these things, of course, as I said, were not expected until at least Season 2, and the 5 points are as follows. As you're seeing to the left of me right here, the Kaleidoscope is having its official map rework drop tomorrow, August 2nd. A lot of people were not expecting this until at least Season 2. Now, we were getting a lot of teaser images about this rework, and we are also aware of other maps being reworked. We don't know when those maps are going to drop, like the Renewal map, for example, and Hourglass. But the Kaleidoscope map is having its official rework drop tomorrow. And frankly, in my honest opinion, it looks fantastic. This is the way that the map should have always have launched. The various bits of debris, the added cover, just the fact that the map now has more life and more depth to it. It actually looks lived in. This is the way the map should have always have looked from the game's release. Point number 2 is the specialist style and tone rework. Now, this isn't so much of a rework of the way that the specialists are working, as from what I understand. This is simply a kind of an alteration to the way the specialists actually look and the way that they sit in the game world. Of course, as we all know, a lot of the specialists have had very, very cheesy lines that, of course, we all hated, and DICE did actually take them away, and now the specialists have been quiet for quite a long time inside of the game's end screen. But the official rework to the style and tone of the specialists is also dropping tomorrow on August 2nd. So we're going to get those updated looks to all of the specialists as well. I did do a video the other week showing and kind of having a bit of a discussion about some of the changes and some of those images that we got from DICE, where we had the Boris rework, Folk rework, I think Angel was in there as well, and McKay. And frankly, they did look very, very good. They looked a bit more gritty, a bit more dirty, and then they fitted into the the world and the lore of the world far better. So we're getting the style and tone changes tomorrow as well. Point number 3 is the player profile and stat page. Now, from what I can understand about this is going to be basically a page where you can kind of see probably all of your achievements while in game, all of your kills, your deaths, captures, how many unique kills you've got probably with each weapon, and where you can find all of your medals and your accommodations and basically just in-game triumphs, from what I can understand as well. I'm sure it's going to be far more in-depth, as that, but from what I can understand, it's going to be pretty cool. I feel like we've had this in previous Battlefield games before, so frankly, this isn't something new. This is once again something that should have released with the game's initial launch, but of course it didn't, much like the initial scoreboard. But there we go. We are getting a profile stats page as well, which is very, very cool. Point number 4, we're getting more aim assist updates to the game as well. I know that I think I've seen a few posts about the aim assist improvements coming to the game as well. And I think a lot of the weapons are having a lot of their recalls probably toned back a bit from what they have been, kind of dealing with as of late. I know a fair few weapons have had their stability and kind of handling an aim assist already toned down. For example, the BSV, the brand new weapon that launched with 0 hour, felt far more stable and far more deadly than any other weapon. And instead of DICE actually nerfing that weapon, it seems that they're probably going to bring all other weapons up to par with that weapon as well. We've already had a few alterations to some of the weapons in the games, but now every weapon, I think, will feel great and have really, really good aim assist changes as well. This is probably something that's going to feature or probably going to impact people more on console than it is on PC. I myself play on PC, but I play on controller, so these aim assist alterations are going to affect me as well. And the final point number 5, is vehicle and weapon balance. So obviously this is going to be, an alteration to the way vehicles and weapons obviously work. Obviously we've got that aim assist update coming as well, but this could be an alteration to how much damage weapons do to people. Whether the TTK is going to change at all, I don't really know. The full patch notes are out, so we'll have to have a bit of a read of those at a later date. And then we're going to have vehicle changes as well, and these changes to vehicles are going to be probably toning down the dominance of some of the vehicles. We all know that the stealth helicopter in the game at the moment is very, very dominant, and people can get into that thing and just annihilate people for the entire match, and it's very, very powerful. If anything, it's a bit too overpowered. I know helicopters are supposed to be like that, but this is a game after all, and it's a bit too overpowered. So it will be very, very interesting to see which vehicles get updates and kind of how, if they get nerfs or buffs. It'll be very, very interesting to see. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this very, very brief talk about patch 1.2 dropping August 2nd, which of course is tomorrow if you're watching this video on the 1st. But everybody, I hope you're all enjoying Battlefield as much as I am. I am slowly getting back into it, and I'm hoping more and more people are getting back into the game as well. I hope that these changes do start to bring more of the player base back. I know that DICE are never going to get their entire player base back for Battlefield 2042. They burnt, you know, quite a few bridges with this game, unfortunately. So although this game is not going to live up to the hype that it possibly, you know, the hype that was around it at launch, I do hope that quite a few players will come back and at least give this game another chance. It does seem like DICE are really putting the, you know, the pedal to the metal here, and really, really trying to get this game up to par from where it should be or should have been at launch. Like I said, a lot of these kind of things coming in this update tomorrow were not expected until at least Season 2, and to know that we're getting them tomorrow is a very, very nice surprise, and I'm very, very much looking forward to jumping into the game tomorrow and experiencing the Kaleidoscope rework and experiencing all that is coming in this patch: the player profile page and the stats, the reworked aim assist, and the balance for the vehicles and the weapons as well. Very, very excited. I think this is going to be very, very cool. Anybody, guys, thank you very much for joining me. If you disliked the video, leave me a dislike. If you liked it, give me a like. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next Battlefield video. Stay safe, guys.